Alright, this is the final episode, the one that I never or initially did a reaction video for. So once I do this one, I will have done one for every episode. This is Season 1, Episode 7 of Outlander. Its title is The Wedding. It's the one that people comment a lot like, hey, I didn't see that reaction on your thing. I never did one. It is a very big episode, as we all know. And I think it was after this episode where I was like, alright, yeah, I want to do reactions for every episode here on out. So this is Outlander Season 1, Episode 7, titled The Wedding. You ready? Let's do it. Kitty cat. That cat's gonna choke on bones.
They'll never meet Claire Beecham. I will have the pleasure of introducing them to Mrs. Frank Randall.
That'll get your parents real mad. Nothing like seeing another wedding and going, yeah, I'll have one of those right now.
Will you marry me?
Of course.
You make us your bride.
Oh, jump cuts, man.
You forget your life after a while. The life you had before.
Yeah, but the comparison, this one seems better.
Sounds like the wedding party's still going strong. Don't suppose they're going to bed anytime soon.
Well, it looks like daytime still. Why would they go to bed?
Claire Fraser.
He says her name so cool. About 7 more drinks, please. I don't know why you gotta get liquored up for this. Look at him! She's just making it really obvious. You gotta make him feel bad.
Why did you agree to marry me?
'Cause he love you.
Besides, I can think of worse things in my lifetime than holding on to that beer of sweet cake and plunging my car. Yeah, enough.
Oh my gosh, Dougal, we get it.
So you married me to keep me safe?
'Cause he love you!
And if necessary, the protection of my body as well.
She's like, alright, I don't need a drink. Let's do this.
Tell me about your family.
Girl, come on. The moment.
Just dead, like my mother, but my Aunt Jocasta lives.
Well, I had my father see me grow up.
He mentioned Jocasta that far back.
Don't you just stand back, you confused.
Oh, well, I wasn't going to punch around outside the door, was I? Waiting for them to...
I love them.
They still got their clothes on. Get out. You can still do it with your clothes. Well, I know that, but not on your wedding night. I was just hoping to get a wee kick at it.
I love them so much.
It's getting rather late. Perhaps we should go to bed?
Oh, dang.
Not likely to sleep in your corset, so I'll help you with the...
Oh, dang. Just gonna undo the whole thing. Just loosen it so you can pull it off. You know. Just gotta lace all that later. Oh, dang. They just touching boobies on TV.
It's my turn.
Yeah, I know. Seriously, the audience has been waiting. I love how he's all so confused. Awkward. He needs a nap now. I love that shot. Just cover her shoulder up.
I thought... Nah,
He's so adorable.
never mind. I thought you must do it the back way, you know, like horses.
He's so adorable. You said you wouldn't laugh. Don't laugh.
Did you like it?
I'll make him feel worse.
There it was. Not only was I a bigamist and an adulteress.
It's time travel. You're fine.
I need to get some food.
Claire.
You're going out naked.
Wait.
Why is she just going out starkers?
Hey, if she's wanting you out already, Jamie, I'll be more than happy to fill your plate.
Oh my gosh. Look at the legs on that boy. Good lord.
Don't think you franked me properly.
Dougal, stop it.
I was finding you somewhere better to stick your cock than the fillies in the stable.
Wow. Too far, good sir.
Money and down.
Oh, he's speaking the fun words.
What do you make of her? Mistress Beecham. She'll do.
That's high praise.
Claire's smile is just as sweet.
Oh, Murtaugh's such a bro.
Oh, Christ, Father! Did I not just tell you to aim it off to the side?
No problem. Then I won't be performing your wedding.
Oh, his little baby knife.
You're not under the law, but under grace. Romans 6:14.
Aw, Bible verse battles.
Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares.
Ooh.
Be not carried about with diverse and strange doctrines.
You're mixing up the verse.
Well, it's all Hebrews.
Well, you can't do that.
Aye. Can be done. Next week?
No time.
Key to what?
None.
No, what is it? Say.
Wouldn't you like
Look at Ned, he's struggling. I love the makeup department, like, even put, like, hickeys on the girls' necks. You dummy, you don't take your full purse into a whorehouse. You should haggle.
I remember every moment. Every second.
Oh, he's so sweet, and he looks so pretty. I just love Angus in the back just cleaning his ear out.
James, Alexander, Malcolm, Mackenzie.
That's a long name. She's like, I don't remember any of that. Girl, you don't have enough boobs to hold that ring up. Let's be honest. The priest cleaned up a little bit. At least he wiped his nose. No, you just gotta warn her before that happens.
What exactly did the words mean?
You are blood of my blood and bone.
Oh, the saying. He is so pretty. Look at his face. Look at that.
Take off your shirt. I want to look at you.
To be fair, his shirt's been on way too long. Look at that back. This makeup department, I tell you, is amazing. They used to show a lot more boobies early Outlander. They realized they got the audience hooked in the beginning, so they're like, we don't have to do the naked stuff as much anymore. That stuff on his back, you don't even see the seams of it when he moves.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you.
That's not a hurt sound. She rolled over and there's like hair from that pelt fur they're laying on stuck to her. That's so gross to me. She's doing stuff to him. Stuff they can't show on camera. And he's asleep. That quick. There's a cat on the table. People just left their food sitting out. How do you put makeup on a cat? You know that cat doesn't look that nasty normally. What do you put on a cat to make him look that scraggly?
I don't suppose he means to take any further steps about it.
I shouldn't think so.
Yeah, I'm sure. Randall's very reasonable and just stops.
But it needn't stop you from sampling other pleasure.
Dougal, no, just stop, dude.
I'm Jamie's wife.
Yeah, like, you don't get that that's a little inappropriate.
And most hearty congratulations to you on your wedding day.
I love his voice so much.
Thank you.
He's like, don't insult that woman I was trying to make moves on. So the pearls.
Very precious to me. As are you, Claire.
Aww. Little Jamie. She's still thinking of doing a runner, too. They're adorable already. I mean, they already were, but they're more so now. Oh, yeah, you forgot. That ring that would have surely fallen out by now. That's a cool shot. No. I mean, you know which one's better. She does. This episode is so interesting to rewatch after, like, knowing where I'm at in the series. It's weird to like, watch them interact and try to remember where their characters were at that time. Because, like, they just, together in every scene, are, like, effortlessly perfect together. But it's, like, crazy to watch this again. It's like, wow, that's really sad. Because, like, he is so in love with her. And she's finally allowing herself to get into it. But you realize, like, no, she still wants to leave. The episode starts with a flashback of her and Frank going to meet his parents, and on the way he's like, hey, look, a wedding, let's go do that. And she's like, sure. So they just went and got married, but then it jump cuts into like the very end of Jamie and Claire's wedding. So as the audience, you're like, whoa, we missed the whole wedding? Okay. They get back to their room and everyone's partying downstairs and everyone's basically not gonna leave until they know that Jamie and Claire smushed. But it's really awkward for them up there, and Claire's like wanting to just keep drinking and just talking, and so it's this kind of weird thing where they're kind of like sitting far away from each other talking, and she asks him why he even went along with this, and he tells her that Dougal was like, hey, you gotta do this or Blackjack's gonna get her, and he wanted to protect her knowing what Blackjack can do, so he agreed to marry her. And just knowing that, she's like, okay, you're getting prettier. They're about to kiss, but she's still got some nerves, so she just asks him about his family, and he talks for a long time about his family. It's cool because he mentions Jocasta like this early, and back then it was just a weird name he was mentioning. Now I'm like, hey, that's Mrs. S from Orphan Black. They're getting more comfortable right when they're getting close. Rupert and Angus barge in and kind of break the moment down for a second, and then they're like, hey, you're still wearing clothes. You gotta do stuff. So Claire's like, look, we probably should go to bed. And he's like, bed? Or like sleep, bed? And she's like, I don't know. And so he ends up undressing her. They smush. It's over really fast because, you know, it just is. Poor Jamie. They talk. It's a little awkward. And Jamie's like, oh, Claire didn't like it. But she's upset because she did like it. And she's like, I'm still married to another guy. So she's struggling with that. And she wants to go downstairs and get something to eat. She just walks out practically naked by those standards. And Jamie's like, I'll go down and get your stuff. Everyone's messing with him. Dougal's still being weird and like you should thank me. Dougal's just doing Dougal. Jamie and Claire go back up there talking. He's being kind of sweet. She notices he's wearing a different kilt, and there's another flashback of where he like really wanted the Fraser kilt because he's getting married. And it's a scene with him and Murtagh talks about Jamie's mom and talks about how Claire is kind of like Jamie's mom with her pretty smile and kind of like does his gruff approval. It's adorable. Jamie talks about how he agreed to get married under certain conditions. One of the conditions was it had to be in a church, so we get a flashback of Dougal roughing up a priest and kind of bribing him to get the church secured. Another one of the conditions he wanted was he wanted to get Claire a ring, and he ends up using a key. And I can't remember what the key's deal was. What was the key for? Is it ever mentioned? I can't even recall, but he sends Rupert and Angus to go forge a key into a ring for her. And the other thing was he wanted her to have a nice dress, so he sends Ned to a whorehouse to go get a dress. Claire admits that she was pretty much drinking nonstop before the wedding, so she kind of remembers a little of it, kind of had a hangover. But Jamie says that he remembered all of it because he was, is in love with her, so he remembered all of it. And then we get a flashback of where Claire says she can't marry him because she doesn't even know his name, so he says that weird giant paragraph of a name he has. And walking into the wedding, we see that Claire had taken off Frank's wedding ring and stuck it in her boobs before they walked in. Then we see the wedding, which as an audience we thought, oh, we're just going to skip over it. No, we're going to see it. They do the whole ceremony. Her dress is beautiful. They cut their wrists and put it together, and she had to speak Gaelic, and he tells her what the meaning was, which was all the blood of my blood, whole thing. While they're talking, they're getting close, and Claire's like, hey, take off all them clothes. Let me see that. And then he's like, do you do it too? I want to see stuff. And then they finally smush, but like they're both really into it this time. And he falls asleep, and she's like content and happy now. She goes downstairs after Jamie's asleep to get something to drink, and Dougal's down there, and he's really creepy, and it like just macks on her, and she's like, yo, whoa, no. Then a little later, Jamie wakes up and sees that Claire's just sitting kind of by the fireplace, and he goes and gets his mother's string of pearls, puts it on her, and is like, this is for you now. It was my mom's. They're really precious to me. And he just kind of like reiterates that he loves her. And then they smoosh again. Then it cuts to the next morning, and they're being all sweet and cute together. Jamie's going downstairs to eat, and she picks up her dress, and Frank's wedding ring falls out, goes on the floor. She picks it up, puts it on her hand, so she's got a ring on both fingers, and is looking at him like, oh dang, and then credits. This is such a good show, and everybody on it's so pretty. So there it is. I've finally done it. I have done reactions for every episode of Outlander. Took me a while, but they're out. I don't even know when the next season is coming out. My mom was asking me about that recently, and I'm like, I don't know. I kind of like not like obsessively looking to see what the date is, because then when it like I do hear it from people that it's announced, it's the date's closer and I'm excited. Anyway, I think that's it. If I forgot anything, left anything out, you guys want to talk about anything, drop a comment. Don't forget to do the things, rate, comment, subscribe. I will catch you guys later. Until next time.